Scott. Holy Scott. Welcome to Red's Workshop.
Hello! Hello! Look! It's the wave. It's all of them. The whole thing. So I'm finally filming the intro for this. I apologize for all of the various lighting changes that you're about to see throughout this, but I did not get these figures at the same time or in any sort of order, so we'll deal with editing to figure out the order of this. But let's get into these. Alright, as mentioned, no Mordo, we'll get one. But we're going to talk about Doctor Strange right now. So, look at this guy. He's beautiful. But there's no Build-A-Figure piece, which is weird. But I have a lot to say about this figure, so you're gonna hear a lot of ums and buts and but-ahs and likes, because I'm gonna ramble a little bit. Alright. I think that the head sculpt is great, and I think that the sculpting of the figure is fantastic. Except for this stupid fucking connected Eye of Agamotto. This is the worst Eye of Agamotto they've ever done. Ever. Like, let me show you the one that came with the one from No Way Home. The best Eye of Agamotto they've ever done. They got the cord correct. They got little detailing in the eye itself. It's such small detail that my camera cannot even focus on the tiny little intricacies that are in this thing. This is just immaculate. And they followed it up with this casted in ugly gold plastic just piece of shit. It looks like he's wearing a Happy Meal toy on his chest. This does not feel like the Sorcerer fucking Supreme. And, I don't know, it's neat to have an ab crunch, but it's not well hidden at all. You can definitely see that thing. And one of the nicest parts about previous Strange figures was that you could hardly ever see the joints. Like, I don't know, I'll take this one over this one, I think, any day. It's just, I'm happy to have a more comic-accurate Doctor Strange, but at what cost? So here he is with his cape, and previous people were, you know, kind of complaining about the fact that it just sits on his shoulders. Previous reviewers that I've seen complain about the fact that it just sits on his shoulders, but I love it. I think that that's great. It's a little bit big, so it feels kind of weird sitting on his shoulders, especially since this Strange feels really skinny. But, I don't know, he looks pretty great to me, and, I mean, with a little bit of shaking, it'll come off, but if you have it sitting on your shelf, I mean, you gotta try to get it to come off, so, yeah. They've had better designs, like perhaps the cape from the What If wave, which is my favorite Strange cape that's come out so far. It's got the big, you know, comic, gaudy, you know, collar on it. It has no peg in the back, so you can set it on any figure you want. And it just, I feel like it conforms better. It's not as massive. I don't know. I like this one the most. Maybe get that to focus a little bit. Yeah, see, that looks really nice. This looks kind of like he's drowning in the cape. And when it's not a soft goods cape, a big cape is not really what you want. So, now that we've gone over all the detail, let's talk about articulation. His head spins all the way around because it's on a barbell, dumbbell, whatever you want to call it. The shoulders will break 90 a little bit. Rotate at bicep. Double joint at elbow. Swish and flick at the wrist. As I said, got really nice ab articulation. Real nice. But it's ugly, so do with that what you will. And then he's got a really nice waist. He's got the correct waist swivel for this type of figure because it's hidden by a belt. It's okay to do this type of waist swivel when there's a belt to hide it. Know your figure engineering, Hasbro. You do it professionally. I just review it. Damn. This is also my least favorite, lower tuning. Alright, so as I was saying before my camera so rudely cut me off, the knees do, go past the skirt, which is nice, but otherwise, it just traffic cones like crazy. It does look like there's rotation at the knee, but there isn't, because that's where the knee joint is. Then, we've got straight as an arrow, and really nice forward as well. So yeah, I don't know. I want to like this thing, but, I mean, with a few small incisions at the... So you can see that this robe was already had some splits in it. I just, used my X-Acto blade and just followed to where the cuts actually end in the fabric, as opposed to where they molded it to end. And this thing gets really nice articulation after you do that. So, I don't know, when it comes to picking up a Doctor Strange figure, I gotta recommend going with the No Way Home one. I can't recommend this. I don't care if it's a little more comic accurate and has an ab joint. Alright, next. And we've got Wong. So, something that I noticed is that on the packaging, his outfit is reversed from what the actual figure is. This is on the right. That's on the right. His collar goes to the right. It's on the left. On the left. Collar goes to the left. Huh. So yeah. There's this little blurb. Come on. There we go. Alright. Let's free the Wong. Ugh. Alright. So let's look at this handsome gent, if the camera will focus. Yeah, so it's a great facial likeness, but he's too skinny. Wong's a bigger guy. Let's make some bigger figures, please. But his head goes all the way around. We got what? Yeah, we got a barbell under there. And then we got rotation. It doesn't quite break 90, but that's okay. Hey, can you focus, please? Thank you. Ooh, yeah, that goes all the way up with the double bicep, or double joint at the elbow. And then we got a swish and flick at the wrist. Nice. Rotation at the body. Really nice forward and backward on there. Oh, well, I guess my battery is running low. But it's bright enough here that... See, adjust the brightness a little bit. Yeah, we don't need no flash. Get out of here, flash. It honestly looks better without it, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. Alright. So, where were we at with articulation? We got to the waist, and then under here, he does have rotation at the thigh, and his legs would come out if his outfit was less of a traffic cone. But alas... it is just a giant traffic cone. And he's got these really interesting, see? Now I wish I had the flash. We can't win. But he has these really interesting knees, because they only bend at one point. They're very similar to elbows on many figures. See, I just can't win. The flash is dead when I need it to be, when I need it to not be. Yeah, so I'm not sure how well you can see under there with the flash actually being dead, but... Ooh. There, how's that? Yeah, so it just bends at a 90-degree angle, but you don't really even need that much when that's all the more opposability you're really going to get with his legs. And then there is a little... Oh, whoa! Okay. Yeah, so his ankles will roll all the way side to side. And then pretty decent. Okay, a lot of forward, not so much backward. So, he's got pretty great articulation. Let's look at the, he comes with the Rintraw pieces, which we'll take a better look at those once we put it all together. Comes with 2 magic hands for the Magic Man. He comes with this sword. And he comes with an alternate hand to hold the sword. So, let's get him posed up a little bit. Yeah, unfortunately, those legs traffic coning is a real fucking issue. Because that's about the most posing I could get out of his legs. The upper part, poses great. He looks great. Look at Wong, ready to defend the multiverse. But then his fucking legs. They gotta figure out how to do soft goods for mage tabards and stuff like that, because this is not working. But, otherwise, I love the figure. It's fucking awesome. I'm glad to have a Wong in the collection, finally, after many years. He's wonderful. He's beautiful. Next. Alright, so I've been cutting this into kind of weird chunks, so bear with me. We're going to talk about those guys in a second. We just talked about Wong. Now we're going to talk about America Chavez. Still no Mordo, but we're working on it. And if you're watching this, obviously you're watching this. There we go, almost got the wrong side. So if you're watching this, then you're going to hear me talk about not having a Mordo, but there's going to be a Baron Mordo between her and these guys. So, build a figure piece, and then, give me a moment. Alright, so here's the back of her package. Side, side, same top. Alright. So like I was saying, you're going to hear me talk about not having a Mordo. By the time you're watching this, there will be a Mordo in there. And just because I don't like those guys that are coming up here in a second, doesn't mean that you shouldn't. I talk a lot of shit about them. So let's talk about America. Ms. Chavez. Please focus. Thank you. Look how nice that figure looks. So, I only have one gripe about it, and we'll get to it when we get to it. So, her head doesn't go 360 because of her hair, but it'll do what a human head naturally will. Little bit of side to side. Then she breaks 90 really nicely. No bicep rotation. Eee. Then she doesn't even break 90. Eee. So that's not great. That's not great. But that's not my gripe. So, she's got swish and flick wrists. That's good. She's got the right type of ab articulation. She doesn't have the lower ab because of her t-shirt under there, but that's fine. Let's look at all the detail on her jacket quick. Sorry, I want to continue the articulation, but there's just a lot of detail that needs to be appreciated about, you know, just the work that went into this figure. This is really nice. This is a really nice figure. She's got a really nice split. Not perfect, but about what someone in jeans would be able to do, I feel like. Really nice, clean leg roll. Oh my god, that is magnificent. Holy shit. Then, ooh, careful there. Yeah, that's interesting. So this is 2 separate pieces, but I'm not getting any rotation there. So I'm not sure if that's supposed to rotate or if that's supposed to be glued in. It looks like it's supposed to rotate. I don't know how well y'all are seeing that. But see, it's like glued in there. It kind of came apart a little bit when I was trying to articulate the ankle, but it's not rotating. Interesting. That is, yeah, we love that pin. We love the pin. There we go. That's what I was trying to do. And it goes straight as an arrow. There we go. So, yeah. Alright. But that's my gripe, is this weird little ankle part that's going on. And you can tell that they want to use these shoes for more characters in the future. They just want to use them as low-rise Converse, because they should have put the laces at the top of her foot. Because the whole appeal of not doing your laces up to the top is that it splays outward. So you really should have just put the laces at the top, because you completely lose the effect of not having the laces in when you have it form fit to the ankle. So, anyway, very, very minor gripes with this figure. It is an awesome, awesome action figure, and I hope that all of you manage to get your hands on one. Next! And now, through the magic of editing, we've traveled through time, and we're gonna do Mordo. Took long enough. You'll hear plenty about that throughout this. But we're gonna talk about the fact that it's here now. Look how gorgeous that man is. Beautiful, beautiful Chirutel Imue likeness? It's like Chirutel Ejiofor is a name that I cannot pronounce, and I am very sorry, sir. I will watch you in an interview and learn how to pronounce that in the future. But it's Mordo! I can say that! I can definitely say that. So there's beautiful little concept art image on the side. There's the back piece for you, talking about... So here it says, Mordo has gone rogue since leaving Kamartash, hunting other sorcerers for breaking the laws of reality, and is never far off the trail of Doctor Strange, which you can read that. A lot of people have been saying that this might be a variant Mordo, but because of that, I don't think it is. I don't think it is. I think this is our Mordo. But we're gonna get him out of his cage. He's doing just fine. Alright. Let's talk about all these accessories, because he's got hella. So, he's got a crossbow that looks fucking awesome. We need to get our Ned figure to give this to him now. Comes with the Staff of the Living Tribunal. I can't see if this shit's focusing. I hope it is. Today is a day. Alright. Oh, and then he comes with many hands. Let's see here. Let's match these up. So he comes with 2 grippies, 2 fisticuffs, Build-A-Figure piece, and the man himself. Alright, so first, let's look at his face. Look at all the scarring and everything. Yeah, that looks fantastic. Oh yeah. So, his head does have some decent rotation to it. Oh, there you go. It will go all the way around if you go to the right, just not to the left. So you can get that full rotation. Yes, you could. Yes, you could. Side to side. Nice. Oh, got like a little scratch or something on one of his braids. Shoulders will, ooh, break 90. And then he does just have a single joint at the elbow. That, ooh. Alright, so that was a really tight joint. Very tight. Careful with that. Sorry, I kicked over my water bottle. So it does just break 90, which is pretty nice for a single joint. The way that they cut it is, it allows for a lot of movement. It's nice. And then it does also rotate at the elbow, which I do like about the single joints. I like rotation at elbow. That's a nice place to have it. That's real nice. Then he's got swish and flick at the wrist. We love that. Pretty standard. And then he has full rotation at torso, forward, backward. He's got the see, this is all a sorcerer needs for articulation. Get that ab crunch out of here. Doesn't need it. Look at that. Look how far forward he goes. Doesn't need no ab crunch. He's a sorcerer. And then his robe is cut in such a magnificent way that he can full split. Oh, well, not quite full split, but pretty close. And then he's got rotation here. And so you can actually make use of that. Oh, look at that. Now this is this is a sorcerer figure. This thing's beautiful. He's got rotation at the boots and at the thigh. Calm down. Calm down. He did not need this much sculpting. This is awesome. I mean, I'm not saying stop, but whatever you're smoking, I'd love some. All right, you pulled out all the fucking stops with this wave. This is awesome. This is a really good wave. Sleepwalker, I'm fucking watching you. All right. Yeah, this is a fucking sick figure. This is a sick wave. I'm really enjoying the Multiverse of Madness wave. This is awesome. I'm really liking these. All right, well, let's go with this one now. Yeah, I don't have Master Mordo at time of recording, but we'll put him in post. We're gonna look at Doctor Strange. Astral form. Accessories. He's got Rintra's head. Please focus. Thank you. Looks like I got some decent eye paint too. I've seen some pretty wonky eyes, but mine don't look too bad. And then there is the little lamp. One moment, please. I forgot to talk about the package. So there's the back of it. You got kind of an Astral Strange on the side. I guess that's supposed to be Astral Strange, but really it just looks like some pop art. Same symbol on top. And then there's the back for you. Now let's talk about this figure. I don't really care for this because it is just reuse completely of this figure, which is not the Doctor Strange from this movie. So it just feels a little weird that this is the Doctor Strange that they included. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. So you've seen me talk about this, so go watch that. Because this is just the same as that, but worse. So I'll be selling this. So yeah, that's what I have to say about that one. Alright, and we're going to keep on keeping on with the figures that I'm less than excited for and definitely selling after the review, with Despair. So, there's the... I know nothing about this gent. This is a comic character that I have not read about. I hate to say it, but I really only read Spider-Man comics, and I read a little bit of Doctor Strange, a little bit of Brother Voodoo, but not a whole lot, so there's not much I can tell you about Despair. And I opened it on the wrong side. I do this for a living, people. Yeah, so there's not much that I can tell you about Despair, aside from the fact that he exists and he's from the comics. So, I don't know how accurate this is. It's a nice looking figure. It's got 2 pieces of plastic in there, so let's get this out. Alright, so because I'm going to be selling this one, I'll just show you the alternate hands where they're at. Very interesting. So you have to pop his head off to get his cape on after you take it out of the package. But it looks really fucking sick. Like, this is a very cool looking character. I hope he comes to the MCU at some point, and when he does, I hope we get an MCU figure for him. But for now, this is cool, I guess. Because of the cape, it does hinder some of the movement, so the arms don't come too far up, but they will rotate 360 at the bicep, double joint at the elbow, doesn't come up too far, swish and flick at the wrist. Yep, there we go. He does have a really nice ab crunch forward, and a lot back as well, so, and then, oh, get that out of here. But he has the bad waist articulation where he ab crunches here instead of lower, and he doesn't have the rotation just under the tits. So, yeah, disappointing, but he splits real good. I hate when they do this waist articulation, because people's bodies don't fucking do that. Yeah, 360 at the thigh, double joint at the knee, and then, oh, look at that. We got a 360 at the calf, which is also an awful articulation point. You go 360 at the ankle. Fucking hey, this is a poorly made figure. It's pretty, but it's poorly made. Don't take it out of the box. Just look at it. Yeah, alright, back in the box and on to Mercari you go. Bye. Alright, and we're just gonna finish up talking about the figures that I do not give a shit about with Sleepwalker. Another comic figure that I've read some of his comics. He's cool, but I collect MCU figures, so I hate when they include comic figures in a fucking MCU wave. Because we all know that there are going to be figures from the movie that we're gonna want, and this ain't fucking it, Chief. So, once again, the alternate hands are gonna stay in the package. There's what they look like, nice open hands. Oh, and I forgot to talk about with Despair, he came with the other cow leg, so we now have 2 cow leg. Go ahead and get him out of there quick. Now this one is a fantastic figure. This one is like all new everything. We hate this, this is bad. But everything else is really nice. Like the belt's got some movement to it. The hood and cape are both really nice. I don't actually know that I'm going to sell this one. I might use the hood and the cape to make a custom Norman Osborn figure. There's potential with this Sleepwalker figure. This thing is cool. I don't know about this. I get it, but I wish they would have made it look a little more torn or something. I don't know. The rest of him is so ragged, and that's just clean. So head will go 360 plus a nice forward and backward. And then shoulders will... Whoa, okay, hey, bud. Yeah, I like this cape. I like this cape cut. We're going to rotate 360. Double joint comes up nice and far. Swish and flick at the wrist. Then we got... Oh, okay. Okay, I'm liking this figure more and more. Oh, big splits. Nice rotation. Double joint. And then, does he do it? Nice! See, this is when you rotate at the calf. When you have a boot on. And then straight as an arrow. And we got some forward. Oh my god, he's Michael Jackson. Look at that angle. Alright. Sleepwalker, I don't know if you're going back in the box. I'm going to set this one aside. You may have me on this one. And here we have Rintrah. I don't know much about this guy. I know that he followed Doctor Strange for a while in the comics. He's an interdimensional minotaur. He was some sort of like outer deity over in his dimension, but then he met Doctor Strange and he was like, yo, I kind of want to learn magic from this guy. And then he kind of served the same purpose as Wong, where he kind of followed him around carrying his bags and everything, but then in the modern comics they turned him into an actual character, as far as I can tell. But, hey, the MCU's given us a cool fucking Minotaur sorcerer, and I'm here for it. I hope he gets tons of lore. I hope we see him a bunch. He's fucking cool looking. So mine got a little bit of the goofy cock eyes, but I don't know. It looks pretty good. You know, I really like the paint apps on the horns. You know, they look nice and, you know, worn and miscolored, like bull horns. That's good. A lot of people were saying weird shit about it, and like the paint on his like muzzle, that's how cows look. I don't know if you've seen a cow before, but that's how their horns and noses look. The paint isn't, I mean, it's not paint on them, it's skin, but the coloring isn't perfect. They're not perfect, they're just a cow, man. So he goes all the way around. He says, yes, I do. And then, look at that, break 90, and then single joint, but it's nice. You know, he's a Build-A-Figure. You don't really expect a double joint on a Build-A-Figure. And look at that, he's got the good sorcerer joint, so there's no ugly fucking, like, look how well all the joints are hidden on this thing. It's hidden really well. This is a nice looking figure. He can't quite full split because of, his skirt is very, very thick and shaped where it's at, but this leg will come up a decent amount. This one, I mean, you just saw what happens when you try to put that one out. It just, oh, that looks painful. So, rotation. because of the Build-A-Figure part. And then it's got some nice forward-backward here. Ugh, that just looks painful. I know that, you know, their legs move differently than ours, but that looks like it hurts. This definitely looks like it hurts. But it's so much posability. So much posability. And then the hoof rotates and has a, you know, like pivot joint on it. Really nice. Really far forward. Real straight backward. Great hooves, bro. Should get some shoes on them hooves. Alright. So yeah, I mean, all in, this is a hell of a wave. I hate that they put comic figures in here, but I love every single other figure in the wave. So, give me a moment. So yeah, all in, I really love this wave. I'd recommend buying the entire wave if you can. Get your hands on that Rintraw. Otherwise, you know, hop in some Facebook groups, buy the 4 movie figures, fuck the Astral Strange, because that's, and just trade for the Build-A-Figure pieces, or, you know, pick them up off people in the Facebook groups if you don't collect the MCU, or the comic figures. Or, conversely, pick up the 2 comic figures if you're not an MCU collector, because they're both beautiful, amazing figures. Just not ones I was looking for, or ones that I collect. So you could pick those up, and then you could sell your Build-A-Figure pieces to the movie collectors in the group. And it all works out. So, yeah, I'm not great that those 2 figures are in the wave. I could also do without Astral Strange, but, I like them. I like all this. I also snuck Wanda in there just because she's also in the movie. And I didn't put him in there because he's not in the movie. Because it's Multiverse of Madness, so there should be Multiverse of Madness figures in the wave. But all in, I've said it 1,000 times. I'll say it again. I'm really happy with it, and I hope that you guys are too. Let me know if you are or if you hate it. I'll catch you guys later. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. I love you. Bye-bye.